Anywhere now. Tokyo at 10, Nice at noon, Toronto at 2, Fresno at 4, and home in time for dinner.
Those of us who have young families much prefer to be at home, and the day sat at the back of the bus, which is the 747, taking us across to sunny California, to us it's just a wasted day, and we would much rather spend an hour or 2 hours or an evening working for a video call, solving the problem, and then going back home to our families. As a company, we are very geographically spread, and we discovered that we couldn't alter the time zone. We did try and we did ask, but there was no way that the Californians were going to come in much earlier than 7 o'clock, and there was no way that the UK guys were going to work much later than 7 o'clock in the evening. We do find that if you've got an irate customer, getting him on the other end of a video system is probably 9/10 of the way to calming him down. Because when he can see you, and it does work also if he's ringing the UK and it's late in the evening, and when he can see that you're still there in the office and you're prepared to talk to him, that just reminds him that yes, we are committed to our customers, and that helps. And at the end of the day, it's about communication, it's about getting the message across.
The key to effective communications is the ability to share more than just words. When people truly communicate, they share images, data, sound, even gestures.
Micro Focus has a fairly widespread video topology. As I said, we are spread across the globe. We do a lot of point-to-point application sharing. It's one of our favoured methods of demonstrating new software to the SEs. It's also the way that we ourselves here in Newbury see how our American customers react in our beta lab. We have a lab set up in California. We have a 384K link. We have the system running application sharing, and we can see exactly what mouse movements they're making. We also have a camera so that they can tell us what they're doing, but without actually interfering, without guiding them, we can see which parts of our product they explore and how they explore them, and that's very important when you're building GUIs. So I was looking for a single vendor for my desktops, for my room systems, and my bridge systems. It transpired that only one company filled that criteria, and that was PictureTel. As luck would have it, they also happen to be best of breed. And working in the IT industry, we recognize best of breed. We believe we're best of breed ourselves, and therefore it does us a lot of good to work with other companies who are best of breed. Having actually purchased the systems, we then discovered there was an additional benefit, and that is the audio quality. The 7.5 kilohertz audio quality on the PictureTel video conferencing system is so much more superior to all the other systems. Once people had heard the audio quality of a call, they were very keen not to go back to a plain old telephone call, and the issue of going to another vendor never arose.
The difference between what's possible and what's practical is the difference between what works and what works best.
We purchased the PictureTel system in an effort to help us control our travel costs, keep our trainers here, be able to reach a broader audience, deliver consistent, just-in-time training. And the more technology is introduced into the way we do business, the more the need for educating our people becomes. I believe video conferencing can certainly meet that need because it allows us to get that information out there quickly. We communicated a results sharing plan that was a rather large undertaking for the organization, and all of the managers had to be trained and deliver all that information to their employees. And we were able to do that over video conferencing in a matter of 3 days. Had we had to send someone out to train in all 28 of those branches, it would have taken a tremendous amount of time. We have a claims function that deals with arbitration and mediation cases, And those employees have been traveling from location to location to discuss certain cases. So we're now looking at putting about 15 desktops in those different field offices to handle those arbitration mediation type cases.
The difference between communication and collaboration is the difference between people working and people working together.
Any machine in the packaging industry and a lot of other industries are built individually for the application, for that customer. These things are different, they're unique, so you have to sometimes see what's going wrong to be able to figure out what the problem is. We're looking at machines that are sending like 600 bottles per minute past a camera, and it just became a blur on the other systems, whereas with PictureTel you could read each bottle as it went by if your eyes were that quick. And you know, there's so many variables that where if you can take a video camera and train it on the problem area and have live video back to your engineering support, your technical support, maybe to your original equipment manufacturer, you know, wherever you get your support from, let them see what's happening. What we found in the packaging industry is about 80% of the technician calls, they don't have to go there.
How you doing? What had happened is one of the, we've ran these bottles so much through here, I don't know if you can see this or not, but the cap spread open and it got hung in the finger. It jammed up. What happened, the bottle cap broke off in the top of it, down in the hole where it holds the cap, because the cap had spread. So we had to replace that one.
Our vision is simply to make visual communications easier and more natural. With new technologies and PictureTel innovations, we're continually achieving new levels of effective communication. Here are some of the steps we've taken recently.
For me, the best part of video conferencing is the sense of being there, being able to see the people I'm talking to, being able to watch their expressions, to read their body language, to understand all of what they're saying. If this sense of presence is what you find valuable, PictureTel has some very exciting news. Limelight works so naturally, it's easy to forget that no one is operating the camera. Let's take another look at this meeting.
The specs are certainly calling for a challenging synthesis, but...
See that?
I think we
When
should try
Dan
open
first started talking, Limelight's built-in speech locators identified his position. Then it tilted, panned, and zoomed the camera to put him in a close-up.
So, in my design, there would be no cubes. People would work in large plastic eggs.
Leo, that is just horrendous.
When Leo and then April spoke, Limelight repeated the
air
process,
conditioning and
and the
lighting?
camera
I mean,
zoomed
that's
in
gonna
on
be
each of them.
expensive, and it may
Now
not
watch what happens when Leo speaks again.
The privacy. Right?
Limelight
Everyone will
could tell
have
there was a
their
conversation
own
going on,
quiet work area
so the
where they
camera
can concentrate.
automatically widened the shot to include both Leo and April.
Some form of human interaction.
And a sense
Finally,
of
when
personal
everyone was talking,
significance.
Limelight pulled the camera back to include the entire group.
What we care about is productivity.
What could be more natural? In any situation, Limelight provides the most useful angle on the action. Limelight pushes video conferencing into a new level of interactive performance. It's a totally natural, hands-free, you-are-there experience. With Limelight, your whole story comes shining through. And after all, isn't that why you buy video conferencing?
Welcome to PictureTel, shoo-bop, shoo-bop, hello. I'm in the limelight now. Shoo-bop, shoo-bop, hello. You can be anywhere now. Shoo-bop, shoo-bop, hello. Welcome to PictureTel.
Sooner than you think, visual communications will be available to you wherever you are, at home, on the road, at work. PictureTel can take you anywhere today, from anywhere tomorrow.
Now, Steve, you guys have been getting a lot of great coverage about this hot new video conferencing product, SwiftSite. Now, from what I understand, we're talking about a high-performance video conferencing system, but at sort of unheard of price points and a lot of other cool features. Tell me, what is SwiftSite all about?
All right, well, it's really the industry's first compact conferencing system, and it's all about simplicity. We've designed it to be extremely simple to use and to set up, very quick for people to master. It's under 10 pounds, it's only 20 inches wide, very easy to work with. You do use an ISDN line because that also helps give you a very high quality audio and video experience. But from the system perspective, it's out of the box and up in 10 minutes.
Who's really using this? I mean, what kinds of businesses and what kinds of applications?
Well, what we've been hearing about is, for example, insurance companies have a lot of remote sales offices with 3 to 5 people. There's also been a lot for training in general. Have knowledge experts at corporate headquarters do broadcast video conferences to all the sites, satellite offices, to teach them new things, new skills, new HR policies and practices, just to basically enhance the whole communication experience of an entire company.
GTE believes that one of the things our customers want is a company that's easy to do business with. SwiftSite has some unique capabilities in that there is no computer or PC required. It's all built in and integrated. There's no special monitor or TV set that's required with the unit. There's no special training, and the unit can be deployed extremely quickly and effectively into most business environments that exist today.
A really good way to think about this is kind of like a boom box, where they took all the stereo pieces, a CD player, a tape deck, a tuner, and they put it into one box. We've taken the separate pieces of a traditional video conferencing system and really combined them into one self-contained unit. And it brings the same kind of value. It's portable, it ships in a case, everything you need is inside the case and you can carry it around. And it's simple because there are far fewer connections. And again, of course, it's affordable for people as well.
So this is the industry's first compact video conferencing system that is simple, affordable, and portable. To find out more, check out PictureTel on the World Wide Web at www.picturetel.com.
The freedom to be anywhere now is the freedom to respond more quickly, make faster, better decisions, and collaborate with distant colleagues like never before. Oh, and be home in time for dinner. The answer is PictureTel technology. The question? That's up to you and your organization's needs.
We sent half a band to the Vienna Jazz Festival, for example. The other half played here, they played a gig together. And that's something that we couldn't do without PictureTel. You can't link 2 separate places and have one concert. It's a very cool thing. Both venues are being mixed together and then broadcast onto the web, so they're also being seen by an audience around the world on the internet. We did a live jam between Paris and New York. Nothing structured at all. So they didn't know what they were going to be playing until they started playing. So they had to rely entirely on the audio and visual they were getting from the PictureTel to create the music. That's like an acid test. If people can actually write and perform music live in real time over this system, then it can do anything, because that's got to be spot on.
From the desktop to the boardroom and everywhere in between, PictureTel's Enterprise Solutions Suite delivers a wide range of high-quality video conferencing solutions.
To me, the key is communication. We're a global company. We wanted somebody who was already a major player in the market, as well as somebody who had the vision and was proceeding with new technology. Right now, Colgate has 19 room systems worldwide. We have 16 desktops. Within the next 60 days, we'll be adding 13 more room systems. We move information instead of moving people.
The strength of video conferencing is its ability to be customized to the specific needs of your organization.
Video conferencing is key for the packaging people. Several of our suppliers have purchased PictureTel equipment strictly for the ability to video conference with Colgate and go over the package itself. And if there are last-minute changes by the design people, the manufacturing technology people. They can implement it without having to come, go through meetings, make a change, discuss it. They're holding it up and everybody is seeing what's being talked about at that one time. And that, for us, has been invaluable.
PictureTel's professional services team delivers consulting, planning, management, and training for a seamless transition to seamless communications.
There are certain groups here at Colgate that have regularly scheduled meetings. You cannot get their block of time, no matter what rooms we have. You could not kick them out of that scheduled time, and they would not know what to do if the equipment was moved, replaced, if there was a power outage. It's just something they've gotten used to, and they just would not give up.
With professional services, applications expertise, and operational services, only PictureTel offers one-point accountability.
It's extremely valuable for us to know that, starting with the equipment itself, we have a vendor that has the equipment, supports the equipment, is able to deliver it, is able to look at new technology and add it on, is able to handle the installations, the shipping, the support, can handle the bridging, the meetings, the scheduling, everything from soup to nuts that has to do with video conferencing. We have gone to PictureTel. I am confident that whatever comes up next from any of the areas that have to do with video and the integration of video and video conferencing and other multimedia, that PictureTel is going to have a solution for me.
PictureTel can be your point of entry to global visual communications, built on language-specific products, global distribution and partners, and global service and support. Collaboration across oceans, conferencing in cyberspace. The future of effective global communications begins with the products and services of PictureTel's Enterprise Solutions Suite. The communications environment is evolving at an accelerated pace. With such a dizzying array of possibilities, you need a clear direction to make developing technologies work for your company. PictureTel can be the starting point for your organization to seize new opportunities, work more effectively, make new connections, and find new ways of doing business. PictureTel offers a single, focused vision of where the visual communications industry is going and how your business can use these powerful new communications tools. I'm Norman Gott, President and Chief Executive Officer, and this is PictureTel.
Everything you need to implement, manage, and promote global video conferencing networks. The PictureTel advantage is one-point accountability. This means PictureTel solves your technology challenges. Different platforms, different data rates, different algorithms, different networks. Today, your organizational challenge is to incorporate telephony, computing, and visual communications in your IT strategy. PictureTel's Enterprise Solutions Suite can be the point of convergence, where the web technologies, collaborative computing, and visual communications come together to enhance the work environment.
As LANs, internets, and the internet become the primary information transport, more and more corporate communications occur within the IP world. PictureTel can be your partner to create new opportunities for conducting business and collaborating like never before.
PictureTel's application-specific solutions mean competitive advantage for your business today. Administer an off-site training session. Conduct surgery from another hospital. Today's competitive advantages are the foundation for tomorrow's innovations. Query a bank officer online or communicate with a supplier face-to-face. Soon, PictureTel will make real-time video commerce possible, business to business, and business to consumer. PictureTel links your employees, suppliers, customers, and business partners across the ocean or across the hall. PictureTel is the starting point for you to be anywhere now. Anywhere now.
natural, media-rich conversations where distance is not a factor. PictureTel will take you anywhere now.
Hi, I'm John Wright. I'm standing in the middle of our 12 acres of exhibits here at Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. We're actually in the center of an exhibit called Made in America that is a 60,000 square foot exhibit about the entire history of manufacturing in the United States. To my knowledge, we're one of just a handful of museums in the United States that have any video conferencing facilities at all. We were able a few weeks ago to go online with a new video conferencing center at the Smithsonian. It was a very fruitful experience, a very exciting experience. Museum people don't get together that often. We're finding, in fact, that once we constructed this sort of high-tech theater here at the museum, we're using it for all sorts of purposes that we had not originally anticipated. I think electronic learning from the museum standpoint is going to encompass all forms of distance learning, really, and learning here at the museum electronically, too, with kiosks and the like. I really think that where we'll end up in a very few years is sort of a seamless web, in a sense, between the museum and the rest of the world. So the electronics will really make the walls come down.